Next, in Section 2674, we read, "The United States shall be liable respecting the provision of this title relating to tort claims in the same manner and to the same extent as a private individual under like circumstances, but shall not be liable for interest prior to judgment or for punitive damages." As stated before, the United States is just as liable to tort claims as a private individual. However, it cannot be liable for interest prior to judgment. Considering that civil cases against the United States can take years to be decided, this said interest could add up to quite a lot of money. What this means is that the United States pays no price for delaying or otherwise slowing down the judicial process. I wonder if the reciprocal law is in effect. If the United States sues you, are you liable for interest prior to judgment? Also notice, this claims that the United States is not liable for punitive or punishing damages. We'll get into that a bit more later. If, however, in any case wherein death is caused, the law of the place where the act or omission complained of occurred provides or has been construed to provide for damages only punitive in nature, the United States shall be liable for actual or compensatory damages measured by the pecuniary injuries resulting from such death to the persons respectively, or whose benefit the action was brought in lieu thereof. Now, if the claim involves a wrongful death where the injury happened matters, if that location only allows for punitive or injury damages, the United States shall be liable for the actual or compensatory, the replacement damages. Those damages are to be measured by the pecuniary or monetary injuries resulting from the death, but only in a situation where there's a death and punitive damages are the only thing that's available. With respect to any claim under this chapter, the United States shall be entitled to assert any defense based on judicial or legislative immunity which otherwise would have been available to the employees of the United States whose act or omission gave rise to the claim, as well as any other defense to which the United States is entitled. The United States is entitled to assert any defense based on judicial or legislative immunity available to an employee of the United States. Now, legislative immunity comes from Article 1, Section 6, which reads, "The senators and representatives, for any speech or debate in either house, they shall not be questioned in any other place." You cannot sue a senator or representative for what they say in either house. Similarly, judicial immunity protects judges from suits for their judicial acts. Now, there's just one problem with this section of the law. There is no constitutional authority for judicial immunity, and legislative immunity is limited to senators and representative speech and debate. So the United States does not have legislative or judicial immunity, and neither do any of its employees. Speaking of constitutional issues, with respect to any claim to which this section applies, the Tennessee Valley Authority shall be entitled to assert any defense which otherwise would have been available to the employee based upon judicial or legislative immunity, which otherwise would have been available to the employee of the Tennessee Valley Authority whose action or omission gave rise to the claim, as well as any other defense to which the Tennessee Valley Authority is entitled under this chapter. The Tennessee Valley Authority, or TVA, is an unconstitutional, federally owned power corporation. It should surprise no one that Congress tries to protect its illegal creation with such language.